There's a stretch of highway outside the city that people avoid at night. It's not cursed exactly, but many remember it too often. Locals say you can hear a siren there when no ambulance is passing. A high, hollow wail that fades in and out of the fog. If you follow it, you'll see headlights appear. White, perfect, steady, without a flicker, but calling you. And if you're unlucky enough to look inside, you'll see an ambulance older than any still in service. Paint cracked, rusted metal exposed to breathe in the rain. They say it only appears to those who are between heartbeats, the ones the world isn't sure whether to keep. I didn't believe that, not until it stopped for me. The doors shut behind me before I realize I've climbed inside. The interior smells like antiseptic and static, a clean so deep it burns. The seats are pale, blue, cracked vinyl. A stretcher lies in the center, belt fastened, sheet white as snow. I try to speak, ask the driver where we're going, but the words don't leave my throat. They just vibrate, caught somewhere behind my teeth. The driver doesn't look back. All I can see in the rearview mirror is a silhouette, cap pulled low, face obscured by reflected lightning. The engine hums like something alive, and through the fogged glass, the world slides past in shades of gray and silver. We're moving, but the wheels make no sound. Only the faint rhythm of a heart monitor somewhere behind me. Steady, mechanical, eternal. Beep, beep, beep. Then silence. That's when I realize the monitor isn't tracking my heartbeat, but rather it's counting something else. There's someone else in the back with me that I hadn't noticed before. A shape beneath the white sheet, perfectly still. For a moment, I think I can see the rise and fall of breathing beneath it, but it's too slow, too measured. I lean closer. The tag at the sheet's edge reads a name. My name. I stumble back, and the driver finally speaks, voice filtered through static. You shouldn't look. They never like that. I ask who. He doesn't answer. Outside, the rain turns to mist, and the city lights vanish. Only road remains. Endless, wet, reflecting the glow of headlights that have no source as it stretches out before us. We're getting there, he says. Try to rest. We've got a long way yet. The GPS on the dashboard flickers. Every few seconds a new road name appears. Eternal Way, Last Mile, Return Pending. The driver's screen freezes and then displays a single word. Arrived. But the ambulance doesn't stop. Outside, the scenery begins to change. Streetlights elongate, their glow stretching into threads of pale fire. Buildings dissolve into outlines, then into silhouettes, and then nothing at all. The only constant is the road, black, infinite, and the faint reflection of my own face in the glass of the rear door. It looks different now, paler, eyes unfocused, as though I've forgotten what shape the world around me is supposed to be. The driver hums quietly, a song I can't place, something slow, something you'd play for somebody already gone. You ever wonder, he says softly, why they paint ambulances white? It's not purity, but memory. White holds everything, every face, every scream, every breath that never finished. His voice cracks. You'll see soon enough. The mist outside thickens until the world is gone. We're floating now, not driving, but drifting through light that hums softly like a sleeping giant. The walls of the ambulance pulse. The metal breathes. The lights overhead flicker in rhythm with something unseen. Then, the driver slows. The vehicle rolls to a stop. Outside, through the fog, I can see other lights, hundreds of them. Cars and ambulances just like mine, parked in perfect formation, lined along an invisible horizon. Each one idles, sirens and engines humming in harmony, a low, endless chord that vibrates through your chest. And inside each one, a driver, a stretcher, and a name. Somewhere nearby, a door opens. A figure steps out. Not the driver, not me. They move between the vehicles, touching each door gently as they pass. Everywhere they walk, the lights dim, not extinguished, just quieted. The driver turns to me for the first time. His face is gaunt and his eyes are gray. Not the color of death, but rather that of fog. You'll ride one day too, he says. All of us do in the end. The only difference is who drives and who rests. He gestures towards the figure outside. That's the collector. He decides which way the road bends next. The driver opens the back doors. Fog rolls in, thick as silk. I can see movement beyond. Shadows walking along bridges of light. Stretchers carried by invisible hands. with faces fading into the distance. The driver steps aside, motioning to the open world. "You're between stations," he says. "You can get off now if you want. But once you step out, the road forgets you were ever on it." I hesitate. Behind me, I notice that the monitor begins to beep again, slow and steadily, slowly becoming regular, like a rhythm, like a heart remembering itself. The driver turns to me and looks almost sad. "Ah, they're calling you back, then." The fog begins to brighten. The walls dissolve. The air smells of antiseptic, and thunder becomes a voice shouting something distant. "Clear!" A sharp jolt, then another. The world snaps backward. When I open my eyes, I'm under fluorescent lights. Real ones. A paramedic leans over me, saying something about how close it was. I can still hear the faint echo of a siren fading away outside, but a tone lower and slower. I turn my head toward the window, and for a moment, I see it parked by the curb. An old white ambulance, paint cracked, engine idling without sound. The driver sits inside, hands on the wheel. He nods once, then drives out into the rain. My paramedic told me later the ambulance never came from their station. No one had that vehicle registered in the city at all. Sometimes, late at night, when the wind is right, I still hear that siren. It doesn't hurt to listen anymore. There's a peace in it. A rhythm too slow for panic. A song for the spaces between breaths. If you're ever alone on a wet, dark, empty road, and you hear it, don't be afraid. It's not chasing you. It's just making sure you remember the road home.